Check out how to upgrade your existing Questoris Knights with just one bit.
Spiking bits.
Gadgets Plus over on Shapeways has what you need to upgrade your Questoris Knights to a Preceptor, I believe it's called, here with the new model that just came out. So you can type in Gadgets Plus, or you can go to shapeways.com. Make sure you type in plus spelled out, not plus with the plus sign, because it tends to bring up cell phone companies and accessory companies and such. So we scooped up one of these to check it out and see how it compares and how it actually interfaces with the Knight itself. You can see here, it looks to be about the right size to hook into a Knight, although it is quite different from the existing model itself from Games Workshop, of course. Completely unofficial, and counts as yada yada yada, all the disclaimers and such. But we got it here. Let's take a look. So here is the bit, $18. It's in the smooth, fine detail plastic from Shapeways. You can see, yeah, it looks about the right size right there. Now, I'm not sure how it's coming through on the actual video itself, but there are very minute. Let's see if we can get you in there and get you taking a look at that. It might not be. There's very minute lines in there. I'm not sure if they're coming through on the video, but with a little gesso primer brushed on there, you can almost see it as it twists. Now, these are on the outside. Sometimes they're able in their designs to hide them on the inside, but that wasn't quite the case. Now, size-wise, you're looking at roughly 2.5 inches-ish long right there, and about an inch high, give or take. About maybe a little bit more, inch and a quarter, give or take, so to speak, right there. And of course, this is a upgrade, or it counts as bit for the Knight Preceptor, which you can see right here isn't quite the same design wise, and it looks to be maybe just a little bit longer as far as that goes for the actual GW kit, which is coming out. That's I believe $160 US. But I feel like if you already have one of the kits with the gauntlet, really all you need is this and some sort of different alternate head, and those are easy enough to find these days. Heck, I think the kit itself comes with like 6 different ones that you can mash up. So how does this go together, and how easy can you get it on your existing Knight? Well, if you haven't built any, you might be in luck, but if you haven't, I have. We're kind of mid-build here on a couple more replacement Knights for us, so forgive that he's missed leg days and he's missed arm days here. We keep the armor plates off and paint them separate, and we're working on magnetizing this side, the gauntlet and the Gatling cannon. But over here we have built this side up enough to where, let's pull this off here, so you can switch out the weapons depending on what they are, of course, and then you can also switch out with the front plate here, which I didn't think would ever be anything different, right? But it turns out that this actually interfaces with the thermal cannon right here. So I had to snap this off, which didn't really mess anything up at all. And then this just slots in right here. Now, that being said, it's not quite as tight of a fit as I would like, so this probably needs a magnet, which we're in luck. There's a little bit of recess right there, and I've already got the magnet in this side to lock this in here to be able to switch out between the battle cannon and stuff. So, as fate would have it, we got lucky on our build here, but if you start from the ground up, it would be a lot easier for you yourself. So I'm going to throw a magnet in here and see if it ends up being as easy as I hoped it would be to lock this thing in. Obviously, you can glue it, but at this day and age, in 8th edition and all the FAQs, you're better off to future-proof everything you do when it comes to your models, in my opinion. So surgery was a success. We were able to put that magnet in there. It's just our ubiquitous 1/8 inch by 1/16 deep magnet right there. Filled it with a little glue. Was careful not to get the glue down inside of it. Used a little kicker, and I'll probably use some Vallejo plastic putty to lock that into place after the glue itself dries. Now, for the bit itself, it's not super powerful magnet, so you're not going to hear it snap together or anything like that, because I wanted to, but it's not going to like fall off or anything either if you touch it. I mean, it's starting to get a little beefy here with all the magnets, so I didn't want to get anything a little too heavy for our little guy right here. But overall, it looks like it locks into place, and it looks to be about the size it should be. Let's grab our reference picture and see what we think. All right, so there's the Preceptor. Now, I don't know, maybe this is actually pretty close to scale to actual size right here, but it'll at least give us an idea if this bit is in the ballpark for a good counts as. I feel like it is. I feel like that might have been a little trick. It might have seemed a lot longer than it actually was right there on the left, the actual Sir Hector Preceptor model. But I feel like this bit from Gadgets Plus and Shapeways is right on point. And since we have the codex out, let's go over the Preceptor rules. Why not? So the Preceptor is base, I want to say it is 100 points more. It's 385 than the regular knights that are 285, and that includes, I guess, I would assume, the Las Impulsor right here. So you're getting this included for 100 points. You still have to equip, you know, your close combat weapon, which would be 35 for the gauntlet or 30 for the chainsword. Or actually, it looks like it can only take the chainsword. Can we switch it out? Yep, we can. Okay, cool. And your stubber, Titanic feet are free, of course. So you're looking at, depending on how you equip it, if you go 35 points, you're looking around 424-ish right there. So kind of interesting that they value this at 100 points right here. And here's maybe why. Because the only other thing that's 100 points is the battle cannon, right? So let's take a look at the two profiles here. So battle cannon's 2d6, strength 8, neg 2, d3. This is shorter range. 36, 2d6, 6, neg 2d3. So it's very similar, just 2 less strength, less range. But look, you can turn it up to 11 with a high intensity at 18 inches, strength d6, or d6 shots, strength 12, neg 4, d6 damage. So it's a little bit more versatile in that regard. So I could see where maybe it is comparable to the battle cannon if you're not standing off and you're closing the gap, and which may be how knights have to be played if they nerf bubble wraps coming up in the big fall FAQ. So currently about 424 points. Now if we flip to Sir Canis or Sir Hector and Canis Rex right there, you get basically all of the same stuff, including Canis Rex or Sir Hector as a pilot if he bails out and he doesn't roll 1 when the vehicle itself explodes. It does come with Freedom's Hand, which is a little bit better on a 4-up. No, I think it's the same. Subtract 1 if a vehicle... I don't know what's different about this. Maybe it does 2d6 damage instead of the normal fist, which looks to be the case. We will have to research that, but long story short, he is 450 points. So it's about 30 points more. He's going to have a better ballistic skill and weapon skill. He does get to, has to take on the free blade chart the specific qualities, and I think legendary hero and last of his line. So last of the line, reroll 1 against units containing 10 or more models, which would be super helpful with that dual mode of the Las Impulsor right there. And last of their line qualities, where is that? Oh, legendary hero. Okay, so legendary hero is right down here. Once per battle round, you can reroll a single hit, wound, or damage roll, or saving throw right off the bat. And then they have obsessed with vengeance drawback. So if they fail their, what is basically a leadership test, they can only target the nearest enemy that is visible in the shooting phase and can only declare a charge against the nearest enemy in the charge phase. And that's if they roll the 2d6, subtracting 1. It is not exiled in shame, so it's just 2d6. So they're basically taking a leadership test based on their morale, which is leadership of 9. So 2d6, you gotta get a 9 or less. Seems like pretty good odds in my opinion right there. So overall, I think, you know, if you're not in the market for another knight and you want to get this bit to put on an existing knight you have to run either Canis Rex or perhaps just a generic Preceptor. Oh, another thing about the Preceptor too is it rerolls hits for the Hellverns, which is kind of, I mean, Hellverns are a thing. So rerolling 1s for them shooting, so you don't have to play the stratagem to get rerolls, and that only applies against fly actually. So this might be actually pretty cool, depending on how you want to run it. Again, knights might get more aggressive after the fall FAQ if screens become a thing. However, if they raise the cost on them, I'm not exactly sure where the meta is going to go. But again, I think it's like a tremendous value, $18 plus shipping just to get this bit. And as you can see, I feel like it fills the role pretty well. So that's it for this one. Make sure you hit up Gadgets Plus over on Shapeways for your upgrade bits for your knight.
Spiking bits.